Welcome everybody to Boneforge Studios. Today I'll be showing you my process in taking photos of my miniatures and models. So stick around. Okay, first things first. Where do I like to take my photos? Well, basically anywhere you have free space. And so what I like to do, I just like to do it right here where I actually paint my models and do all my work at. So let me show you my little setup. So this is my setup where I do a lot of my, or actually all of my painting. This is where I will set up this poster board I have over here. I have this poster board. I'll set it up there, and which I'll show you how I do that. And then I move this light. And yes, this is where I just kind of make room to do my photos right here. Okay. The first step I like to do, I get my area ready for it. So what I'll do, I'll move this light. Make sure I shut it off. I'll move this light up. Just kind of clear my space off. And what I like to use is this poster board. You can get it at Walmart. You can get it probably Hobby Lobby, all those arts and craft stores probably, but they're really cheap and it opens up. So this is what I use. I'll stick it up here, which gives me a good backdrop. So I have no other interference, no clutter, stuff like that. There's no clutter there. That's what I like to do. And then for the bottom, since I have like a glass top, I like to use, I'll just go get like a black t-shirt. One of these days, I would like to get something for this, just like a small like cloth that's made for this or something, that I have around, easy to grab. But for now, I just use a black t-shirt and I'll throw it down. So I'll grab my black t-shirt. And, depending on the size of your model, you may need a couple of them. But what I like to do, I like to just set it down on top of the glass. That way, I don't get reflection from my glass or, you don't get that other colors in there. I just want the focus to be on the model itself. So, and then I have one of these little turntables. I'll set it on, which I got off, I believe it was Amazon. Yeah, I believe it was Amazon. But yeah, I get this and then I'll set it right on there. Sometimes I will set the cloth or the whatever you have, your t-shirt, whatever, on top of that. That way you don't see that way. It's kind of sticking up a little bit. But if I want it to rotate, I'll use this for my photos. Yeah, that's kind of how I set it up, just like that. Okay, so this is the setup that I have. So I have my poster board, I have my cloth down here, and I have my little turntable. So you can move your turntable wherever. So on your camera, you're going to be focusing right here, so you can narrow it down, zoom in, zoom out, what have you. But like I said, you could always, so like this open area on the sides, if that's too much, you could always, add another t-shirt or black cloth or what have you. But yeah, that's kind of the setup I use. I can always I like these sides. If I wanted to, I could bring it in and then move the cloth over a little bit more over in that corner, and the same thing on that side. Then it's really inside there. And then my light would be focused straight in. And yeah, this is actually how I set my shoots up to take photos. So yeah, so now let's start taking some photos. First things first, so I got it all set up, ready to take photos. So the next step, I would normally grab my lights. So what I like to use are these, if you have them, is ring lights. If you don't, you can use any other source of light, would really work. You get, if you have to change the bulb to like use different bulbs for different like light, textures of light. In other words, sunlight, and then you have. So like on these, I like these. These are really cheap. I got them off of Amazon, and you're able to adjust the temperatures. That's the word I was looking for. The temperatures of the light. So yeah, see, I can go through and change my temperatures. But you want as close to, you want it warm. I'm still kind of playing with that, so I'm not going to actually throw that out there because I'll play with it. I'm still learning a lot of this, and trial and error. That's what we do. It's how we learn. So yeah, what I'll do, I'll end up grabbing this one over here. I'll set it up right here. I've heard a lot of people do it differently. I've done it differently too myself. I have set it in the front. I've put 2 on the sides to kind of like shoot both angles of it to really show it. Today I'll be trying the same method. I'll be seeing what works really well for this. So yeah, first of all, what I'm going to do is, these are really handy because you can just slide these down right where you need it, and then they have a little phone holder. So I take photos with my phone. I mean, I have my Pocket 3 here that I use for filming, but for my pictures, I've noticed using my camera on my phone, it works really well, And then this right here helps keep my camera steady. Or sometimes I'll use this, what my phone is on right now. It's a little armature kind of arm that you can adjust and set it to where it goes. A lot of times I will use that because I can get it in different positions that I would like it to be in. So yeah, it's just trial and error, So I got it all set up. I'm actually using that armature I had over here with my phone. I have it hooked up over here, and it comes over. I have it right in front of the ring light, which I just shut off. And yeah, I'll basically just start taking photos, trying different, temperatures of the light, moving the light, and then seeing what outcome I like. Sometimes I'll move the model back, forward, and yeah, basically go from there and just check each photo and see what I like the best. Sometimes I'll move these because it'll bring the light a certain way. So light still reflects off of this, so you can kind of use that sometimes to your advantage. So yeah, just moving that. It's not much because it's a black, backstop, but it does reflect something off of there. But yeah, so I'll go ahead and start taking some photos. And at the end of this, I'll post the photos that I thought were good. Well, there you have it, folks. That is my process of taking photographs of my miniatures and models. So I hope you learned something today. There's one more thing I wanted to add to this. You could, on your backgrounds, you could use a white background, a gray background. I've seen people that used, different colors in their background all at once. So it's completely up to you and what you're going for. Another thing is on your setting on your camera or your phone, you can adjust your brightness to so if you have a brighter light, you could adjust your brightness on your camera, which adjusts that temperature again, like I was speaking about earlier. You could go that route. So if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. And if you have something to add or something that I don't know about, I'm new at this, just like any other person who would be new at this, and I just try to share what I know to all of you. And you know, if you have a comment, leave a comment. So I'd love to hear from you, and thank you for joining me at Boneforge Studios. Next, I will be putting up the pictures that I took today, and I'll see you guys next time.